week inside UNH women's hockey is in the books. How you doing, everybody? Nate Bridges here from the Whittemore Center, joined to my left this week by the assistant head coach here of the Wildcats, Stephanie Jones, former standout for the Wildcats, Stephanie Jones. So thanks to Steph for joining us here today. Wildcats coming off a weekend where they garnered 1 point against Northeastern here at the Whittemore Center, and Steph, looked like the Wildcats scratched and clawed their way back into that game. A lot of opportunistic goals, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, we had a goal to come out and gather some points this past weekend. With the tie here, we fought back. We had some tough goals in the first couple minutes of the game, and then we were kind of on our heels a little bit, but we fought right back, and we were up and back. So it was a good game for us. Definitely a W would have been better, but we definitely were happy with the tie.
And from a coaching staff perspective, it's nice to have, regardless of the situation, on the ice or off the ice, you have some goaltenders that you can go to and backbone your team at any time.
Yeah, I mean, we've used all three of them, and we've had good games out of the three of them, and we've never had three goalies ever here that we could throw in at any time. We weren't sure where we were at with kind of all three of them, and the best thing to do is put them in the net. And we haven't had any kind of system except who's ever playing well plays. So.
Talk a little bit about Nicole Gifford leading the team in scoring. Well, in goals, I should say. What is making Nicole make such a transition from last year to this year?
Yeah, Nicole is she's a great kid. She really works on her game, things like that. But the things that, as a coaching staff, we love about Giff is she's a two-way hockey player. We use her defensively, and she is leading the team in goals, but it's her defensive play that absolutely, helps us out. We can put her up against any line, and that line's not going to score goals. And she can even create, whether we throw her back out on the power play or things like that. She's a two-way hockey player, and she's just a great kid that works so hard day in and day out.
So back to this Northeastern weekend, this past weekend, a tie here on Saturday. Your ladies had the lead at 1 point, 3-2, and then going down to Northeastern, a 5-1 contest. Just your overall assessment of last week's games. It looked like the team was that close to taking that step forward towards getting that first conference win.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend. It was a good report card for us. Northeastern was on Friday the first in the league. Now I think they're tied, and it just proved to our girls we can play with anyone. I thought Friday was one of our best 60 minutes that we've played all year. From all the way from the forwards to the the D to our special teams, and it just really let our girls know we can play with anyone. If we start, getting some pucks on net and, capitalizing when we need to, we really can play with anyone in the league. So it was a good moment for that.
Talk a little bit, and going back to your days as a player and now as an assistant coach here with this squad, how do you feel when you played? Let's start with when you played. How did you as a player look forward to this Christmas break? Did you want the break to come? Did you want to start riding the ebbs and flows even further into the season, try to keep some momentum going? As a player, how did you look at the winter break?
As a player, I was excited for the break. It's a long season. It's demanding. As a freshman, you're all excited to go home, and even up as an upperclassman, you need that break. It's a good mental break. Some teams take shorter time, bigger time. We're probably one of the teams that take a longer break. And we've done both. And even as a player or a coach, we just get that jump. The girls are excited to come back. They have big smiles on their faces. They all got to go home, spend time with their family, and it just brings the team chemistry up when we come back.
So flipping that around, what about being a coach?
Same thing. I mean, it's exciting. We're done here on Sunday. We're gonna get out on the recruiting trails, do a little recruiting, spend some time with the family, do a little more recruiting after the break. But it's exciting. I mean, it's nice to have that opportunity. It brings it down to the sense of, you get a break and then you come back and it's short after that. So, our girls bring a lot of jam and excited to play when they come back.
Good to go into the Hockey East part of the schedule pretty much right when you come back.
Yeah, I mean, especially the way the season is now. We play all Hockey East when we come back, and we play 10 games and then we're right into playoffs. So it brings, that team chemistry and excitement level where it should be.
So the Wildcats have one more weekend this weekend, and they skate off to the holiday break. We'll have one more installment next week for you before we celebrate the holidays. For Steph Jones, I'm Nate Bridges. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week on UNHWomen'sHockey.com.